What's up, guys? Thanks for watching the podcast. I truly appreciate it. I would really appreciate a like and a subscribe from you. That helps the YouTube channel grow. And I wanted to drop in and remind you one more thing. If you have any friends, family, or anyone you know looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please have them call me. Get in touch with me via email at blake@blakebaker.net or on Instagram at blakebakerrealestate. Enjoy the episode. Welcome to the Under Contract podcast. All right, man, we are live. I appreciate you coming, man. I know it was kind of a little bit tough to schedule with your schedule and everything you're doing, but I really appreciate you being here. So why don't you just introduce yourself and just kind of give a background of like what kind of business interests you're in and personal interests. I know you got a cool car out there and everything, so why don't you just tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, my name is Linh. I have a lot of LLC. Before I was using my Before using my name, I was just using the street name for the LLC.
What do you mean the street name?
Like, you know, the name for the plaza.
Okay.
Everything. So you like Jones Road Plaza.
Okay.
So to me, I learned that it doesn't do anything. So now I learned to use my name and have pride in it. So
right.
now all my LLC is Lindau Plaza, Lindau City Center. Nice. So I'm building the name brand so I can when I talk to a bank, when I talk to you. They seen already. I don't have to explain myself. Oh, I have a plaza on Jones Road. Have this and that. I don't have to explain anything anymore.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. So that's funny. I just opened. I was telling you just before the podcast that I'm kind of working on my first project right now, and I started an LLC for the opposite reason because I didn't want people to know that I was the owner. But I mean, if you have any sort of like, any attorney or anybody could look up the LLC and who they are because it's all recorded and everything.
Yeah. Every lawyer, everybody tells you that the same thing, you know. But if you want to be super rich, you want to be like Donald Trump, use your name.
Yeah, Trump.
That's it.
Just the name Trump is.
That's it. So everybody knows already. So
that's a good point.
We just poor people, but we're working toward that direction. So
do you open a new LLC every time you do a new project?
Yes, every building has a LLC that owns that building.
And what's the reason for that?
It's a protection. So let's say you have 10 buildings, and if one building gets something happen, somebody gets sued, it doesn't touch the other 9 buildings.
Oh.
So it's good for the LLC is protection for that one building only.
So that's why you start an LLC and don't put anything under your personal name, because then they could come after your retirement accounts and everything if something were to happen, right?
Exactly. But the LLC is one protection. The other one is you have liability insurance. Oh, yeah. So if somebody fall down and want to sue you for a broken leg, I got $2 million. Sue me. I don't care.
Yeah. I would rather not get sued, but it's good to have that protection. Yeah. Is everything okay over there, Franco? Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you kind of get into this? What's your background, like how you grew up and where you grew up and how you're arrived at this point, kind of?
Oh, it's by accident. I'm an artist, right? So when I was in high school, I was good at drawing. So when I went to college, like, what major am I gonna do? Oh, architecture. Oh, I can do that. That's easy.
Yeah.
So I just took I picked architecture because it was easy. So when I got out, I was working part time at a firm, and the owner of the firm was buying houses in the Heights. We're in Houston, so the Heights was hot. At that time, we can buy a house for $30,000.
What year was this?
99.
30 grand.
30 grand. Now it's like 300.
Golly.
So he didn't teach me one word. He didn't teach me anything. So I just learned, you know what? Oh, it does. So it makes money. So you know what? I want to do the same thing. So he knows I'm smart. So he can see me do that. So now he even announced me, one day you're gonna be a big boy. So here I am. It took 20 years to get here, though.
Dude, and it always takes longer than you think, right?
Yeah. So when I finished college, first thing I did is go buy a house in the Heights for $70,000. Flip it in 6 months for $150,000, and then after that, just start flipping every day, every other month, something. So at the peak, I was probably flipping about 20 to 30 houses a year.
Yeah.
So wholesaling, I was wholesaling before they even coined the wholesaling.
Well, dude,
word,
the thing about wholesaling, you know, I get people that message me on Facebook all the time, like, "Hey, man, what do you know about wholesaling?" And I'm like, first off, now, buddy, it's a flooded market. I mean, everybody wants to wholesale.
Yeah. So in real estate, you have a lot of competition. The only way you win is you're ahead of them, a year ahead of them, 6 months ahead of them. So to me, you know, if you know about the bell curve, everybody's in the middle. When everybody's happy, everybody's doing the same thing. I like to be at the edge. I'm always doing something that they haven't caught up yet. So once they catch up, I'm always doing something new already.
Yeah.
When the house market went crazy, you know what? All these guys want to do houses. You know, I'm just gonna do a shopping strip. And well, at that time I had a shopping strip already, but do a bigger shopping strip.
So so like on this house, for example, I bought this in June of 2020. So it was like height COVID and low interest rates, kind of an ironic statement, but I got a 3.25 interest rate. So what were commercial rates looking like then? Because now I had a banker tell me the other day it's at 8.5.
When I started, it was like 4.
Yeah.
I think
so you can do business at 4%.
Oh yeah. 4% is like free money. So right now it is 8%, something like that. But to me, don't look at the interest rate. If you find a good deal, you do it. You can't wait for tomorrow, because if you think about it, you're gonna make 20%, 30% profit every year. You know, so you're paying a little bit more for interest rate. What the hell? It's a no brainer. You know what I mean? You lose a little money to make a lot of money. When interest rate's high, all your competition stop working. That's when you need to go there and buy some more.
Yeah.
And do some more. So when the interest is super high or interest super low, everybody wants to go in. That's when you keep your rental, and you do the development, and you get more loan. So it's continued work all the time.
Yeah, my financial advisor was telling me when interest rates were in the 3s, 3.5s, he said, "I'm literally trying to take on as much cheap debt as I possibly can." That's what he told me.
Yeah.
And at the time, I wasn't real familiar with. I was raised pay cash for everything.
Yeah.
Like that's how I was. My dad operates like that. But if you can dude, all the big dogs work with banks. Yes. I mean, the biggest of the big, Donald Trump, like we were saying, his brand is so powerful, and he was working with banks to the point to where they couldn't afford to foreclose on him because he owed them so much. They needed him.
Oh yeah. It's about leverage. When you're small, and all the consumer, there's two type of people. There's consumer and business people. The consumer people, they're afraid of the banks, afraid of hurting their credit. Businessman, I want more debt. I want more debt. I don't care about my interest rate. I don't care about my credit score. Just give me more debt. The debt. Well, when we have debt, we have renter, we have building to pay off the debt for us. So we get to live off the debt. When you're thinking like a consumer, they don't make money, so they're afraid of the bank, afraid of interest rate, afraid of everything. So to me, if you want to grow, you got to use the bank. Without the bank, you can't grow. Let's say you have 10 houses. Well, you got to get more money. You got to find more money. You're trying to get a loan, trying to get the 11th house. It's too hard. So you got to use the bank, use the credit to the next level. But to me, if you have 10 houses, you're ready for commercial. 10 house means you have $1 million cash. You sell 10 house, you got $1 million cash. You go commercial like that. Mm-hmm. And then once you go commercial, every time you touch a commercial, you're gonna quadruple your money within 2 or 3 years. A house you're not gonna do that. A house you gotta wait 30 years.
Well, now like the housing market is just so peaked out, and it just went up and up and up and up and up, and now it's kind of doing this. It's just kind of floating around. And who knows? I mean, just with like what the Fed's doing and everything, and with interest rates, it's very unclear about how it's going to go. The only indicator I have is there's still a lack of inventory, so that's going to keep it somewhat competitive for a little while. But I had thought about getting into residential rentals for a while, and the more I thought about it, I just thought, no. And have you ever had rentals, like rent houses, and what was your experience if so?
I I was the Section 8 kings.
Okay.
I had a lot of rental. I buy it, I put it on Section 8 right away. So I literally make a lot of money. A 2-bedroom used to be $900. 3-bedroom, you get $1,200, Section 8. So I literally put every house I touch in Section 8. So I have a lot of rental. But if you're just a beginner, you don't know much, and you're you're learning, and then so you have to go to rent. You have to go to the residential game. Buy a house. Even the most basic people today, they just buy a house at any price and just rent it. But yeah, the concept's there, but they don't make any money doing that.
They don't cash flow anything.
Yeah, don't cash flow anything. They just got the concept right. So maybe in 30 years they'll make some money.
When the house is paid off, then they'll start making money.
That's right. All you did is make the bank a lot of money.
Yeah, and a lot of people want to get rich fast, and I understand now that I've been in the game for about 7 years now, that getting wealthy takes time. But dude, if you're negative cash flowing every month, what's the point, really?
The only way to get rich in real estate is commercial. You don't need $1 million to do commercial. All you need is maybe $100,000. There's a lot of ways to do commercial. You don't have to own the giant building. You can own the little baby building and own the little baby room and rent it out. So basically, commercial is about square footage. So the more square footage, I learned this from Walmart. Okay, Walmart's big, and they sell cheap shit. So and they have a lot of square footage. So I learned, hey, I want to have the most square footage I can. I want to build the cheapest building, have the most square footage. I'll rent it by the square footage, and I win at the end. So what that mean? Like, I build like 100,000 square feet, a shopping strip, retail and office warehouse, and then I rent it by the square footage. So each little room, each space has a price from 99 cents a square foot. That's a gimmick. I try not to go. My gimmick is 99 cents. Hey, I didn't hit $1. I'm still cheaper than $1. I'm cheaper than $1, but you're basically there. So 99 cents plus triple net. I'll put triple net for 35 cents. So you're actually getting $1.34. So that's pretty high. So that's the cheapest rate, and then the smaller the room, the higher the rate. It's the opposite. Everybody think, if I have a big room, everybody want a big room, or a big room. People don't want to pay high price for it. But little room, you can set a high price
per square foot.
By square foot.
Yes. And you attract more people. Yeah,
because it's all based on their money, what they can afford. Let's say they can afford $1,000. You know what? $1,000. I'll give you 100. I'll give you 120 square feet for $1,000.
Yeah,
they're okay with that. But your budget's $2,000. But you want 1,500 square feet? Okay, I got one like that for you too.
Yeah,
it depends what they want.
So you triple net them, and you actually add in the triple net with the rent. You don't just send them a bill at the end of the year for the taxes, insurance, and CAM and all that.
Well, you're supposed to, but I call it. You give them a base rate. And then after that, you put triple net. Most people don't understand triple net, but you tell them, hey, triple net is I'm paying for your trash, your water, your parking lot, your lights, insurance, and they understand that. Mm-hmm. So if you do your own management, so they pay for your management too. So they're gonna pay you to manage your own building. So
sounds good to me.
So it's like an extra fee for yourself. So it's kind of good. You can do that by yourself. Later on, you're like, you know what? I got too many buildings. I can't manage anymore. You give it to a company to do that, a management company. So
you still own it.
Yeah, I still own it, but now you have to have money in there to pay them. So they're going to manage everything for you.
So then you're just making like you're making less, but you're still riding the asset on the appreciation curve.
Yeah. And you get the principles stay the same. So the tax and stuff, you had a little plus. Well, now you don't have that little plus anymore, but now you don't have your hands off now. But when you own a building, it's not like owning a car. A car is only good when it's brand new. A building can be good when it's 30 years old, when it looks like shit. When it's dirty like shit, you're still making the same money like when it's brand new. Actually, it might be more money than when it's brand new.
I get my haircut over on, I don't know if you're familiar with Pasadena, but over on Ritchie in old Pasadena.
Right.
In the strip center that I get my haircut at, dude, I guarantee you was probably built in the early 60s.
Yes.
and every single space is leased out.
Yes, that's how it works. That's how it works. You what I do is I just keep the plant trim and keep it clean, and that's it. You almost don't have to paint it. You can paint it, you can paint it if you want to. You can just a little maintenance here and there, but just keep it clean, and that building will make money for the next 30 years.
Now, a lot of the commercial leases I've done, the tenant actually maintains the building as well.
Oh yeah, they maintain everything for you.
The AC and everything.
The owner literally paid nothing. The tenant paid for your insurance, your gas, your plant, everything. The owner, all he does is just sit back and collect the money. That's it.
And then and then with residential, if you don't have a management company that is standing between you and the tenant, you get those phone calls at midnight. The toilet stopped up and it's flooding the bathroom. And like with commercial, you don't get that.
No, you don't get that. Well, residential, you got to pay for your own tax. When AC breaks, you pay for it.
Maintenance.
You got to pay for the grass, the maintenance on it. You got to pay for the insurance on it too. In commercial, the tenant pay for your water, your electricity. That's the building water and electricity, not even their water and electricity. They pay for your electricity, and then they pay for the trash, the insurance, and the maintenance. And when anything that inside their suite is broken, they pay for that. So they don't call us when the toilet's broken or the AC is broken. They go, hey, it's in the contract.
They call the plumber.
That's your problem. You call the plumber. That's right.
That sounds like something I would much rather deal with.
It's a lot.
And then you're dealing with different people, business owners, who they have to pay their rent to you to stay in business to feed their family.
Yes. Okay. This is kind of bad. Okay. When you get a guy to rent your house, he's basically a loser. He's not a high-end producer. He can't buy his own house. Can't get a loan.
He's renting for a reason.
So he's renting because he's he's renting for a reason. But when you own a commercial building, well, guess who's renting your space? The guy that can pay the loan, get the loan. He can have a house already, so he's making more money. You're leasing to a winner. You're not leasing to a loser. So the winner can pay the rent. The loser is hard to pay the rent. So it's easier to collect from a winner than a loser.
Yeah. And you're probably dealing with, like most of the time I would say if you're leasing out a space to a business, they've leased triple net before. So whenever you come at them and say 99 cents a square foot plus 34 cents triple net, that's nothing new to them.
Exactly. They know the system. You just got to enforce it.
Yeah.
But someplace, when like an old, okay, you can have professional landlord and you have old-fashioned landlord. Old-fashioned landlord, they're going to go, it's $1 a square feet. He forgot about, so if he say that, then he paid for the tax, he paid for the water, he paid for the trash. So it's his thinking is too old. So that was then. Now it's all triple net. So I make my tenant pay for everything, and they pay for my base rent too. So
because you have that leverage, like without you and without that building that you own, they're out.
Yeah. So when you own a building, you are the HOA. You are the landlord. You tell them what to do. If they don't like it, they can go somewhere else.
Do you run into situations where you have to evict tenants a lot?
Sometimes just threatening to evict is the best.
Yeah.
It does 90% of the work. So you know what? You're not paying. I need to evict you. You have money tomorrow? Okay, I got you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have 24 hours. Go get the rent.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And you charge a late fee, I guess?
You can charge late fee. Oh, there's a lot of fee you can charge. Late fee, eviction fee, lockout fee, every type of fee you can think of.
We used to be in the self-storage business, and we had these 675 square foot storages. They were big. And that was actually kind of a problem sometimes because we would run into people wanting to work on their cars in there, and it was just dangerous because it's flammable and stuff. So, but we would charge $200 a month. And with self-storage, when you're only collecting $200 a month from each person, you tend to you would rather just like charge the late fee than have to go through the auction and eviction process because it's a bitch, dude. So, but we would have tenants, man, that would pay the $200 rent and they would stay 30 days behind year round. Mm-hmm. So $200 rent. a $10 overlock fee. We'd have to put a lock on the unit to lock them out until the rent was paid. Or no, $10 initial late fee and then a $20 overlock fee. Mm-hmm. So there was people we were making an extra $30 a month every single month on.
Yeah.
And if you're, it didn't hurt us at all. And then like, who cares if they're late, if they're paying an extra $30? And I even would tell them like, why don't you just make one more payment and get caught up and save yourself $360 a year? They just weren't there. Like you were saying, man, just some people just don't care and they're consumers. And if they can make that payment, cool. And that's all they care about.
Yeah. Storage centers like that. There's a lot of illegal business in there. They're not supposed to be there. And
because they're not permitted, and
they're not permanent. They don't have occupancy. They can't really do that stuff. So if you don't like it, hey, just call a fire marshal. Boom, it's gone.
Yeah. One time I showed up to work and we had like 3 big rows of storage. I come around the corner and I usually drive through there just to check everything and check locks and everything, make sure there was no break-ins. Well, this lady has both her doors open and there's like a ton of cars like all around the unit. So I drive by. She has a neon sign in the door that says open, like a store.
Yeah.
And there's people walking around in there. And you know, like clothing racks, like at JCPenney, there were people shopping inside of the storage unit. Yeah. She had like a clothing resale. Yeah. I was like, you cannot do this here. This is a storage facility. Exactly. I got a guy trying to come pick up his RV and you got 15 cars in the way. He can't even get his RV out of his storage. And she was like mad at me. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, that should teach you a lesson. Look at this. A storage center is basically a metal building with a garage door, right?
Yep.
Guess what I lease? A metal building with a garage door. But I lease it out for $1 a foot. So let's say
675 square feet times $1 a month.
Yeah. Well, yours is, but here's the thing: the smaller the building, the higher rate. So my small building like that, 500 square feet, I lease it out $3 a square feet.
Dang. Yeah.
See, so it's a storage center is it's when you start out, but you want to make the big bucks. The easiest money to make is office warehouse. You get the high square footage. You rent out almost the same as Walmart, and you build it for 1/4 of the price.
When you say office warehouse, are you talking about like a office front with warehouse space in the back?
Exactly, just a metal building. Well, people always call it office warehouse, but you don't have to build an office. You basically give them a box.
Yeah,
like you give them a box with a garage door. That's all they care.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, so that you lease out. Minimal $1 square. Oh, okay. I'll give you guys the best hint. I say you see those building everywhere, right? But usually they're in a bad location. So they rent all those old guy that've been renting those landlord. They rent out 50 cents a foot, no triple net. So they're really bringing home about 30 cents.
That's
35 cents. So they suck real bad. What I do is I do the same thing, but I put that on the best street. And I call it retail. And so I rent it like the retail. So I'm leasing out like $1. He's leasing out 50 cents, but I put triple net on top. So I'm leasing out $1.35. And he's leasing out 50 cents. So he's bringing home 35 cents. I'm bringing home $1. You get it? So I'm making 3 times more money. And I'm providing the same building on a little better location. And I'm going to tell you something. I'll tell you the truth. The guy who bought that land in a bad location is the same price as I bought my land on a good location. You got to know if you learn how to negotiate the land, you put the ugliest building on the best street. You call it retail, and you rent it real high.
Yeah,
that's the name of the game. Bid them cheap and rent them high.
Yeah. Do you have any industrial clients?
No. I read. Okay, here's a good one. Most everybody think most beginner. Landlord think that, you want to build a building, you're gonna have a Kroger in there, and then all the little mom and pop will gather around Kroger, but that's old school. When Kroger leave, like remember Safeway and the Randalls, they all die out. So who's gonna take that place?
There's an empty Randall's sitting on Space Center right now.
Right. So they're gonna be empty for 10 years. So now you're gonna have a giant space, and you can't lease out. So I don't do that. I'm a professional. I leased out your mom and pop. When one business die, the next one take over.
Yes.
And the next one will love it because the AC is there already. The build out is already there. They're going to come in. When one guy leave, I got 3 guys who want to take his place. So you will never be empty.
So you have properties that cater to a wide range of tenants.
Yes.
And it's something that a lot of people can afford.
Yes.
That's because so tell me what you think about this. I had a friend, he's up in his 70s now. He's semi-retired. It's a friend of my dad's, and he called me the other day. He said, "Hey, I'm going to run up and check on my business park in Humble. Do you want to ride with me?" I said, "Absolutely." So we jetted up to Humble, and he has a little business park with like 6,000 square foot warehouses. I think there's like 2 6,000s and 2 8,000s. But he didn't just lease them out to one tenant each. He split them.
Yes.
Like the 8,000 square footer, he split into 2 or 3, and then the 6,000 he split into 2. So I was like, wow, that's actually really smart, because if you lose one tenant, you still have the other one.
Oh yeah. I split mine to like 1,500 to 1,700, even 500 square feet. If you have a big tenant, he's not going to pay you. He's not going to pay $1 a square feet. A big tenant is going to pay you 50 cents. He's going to, he needs a big space, but he's not going to pay you. Mm-hmm. So he's going to pay you 50 cents a foot. But if you leased out smaller space, you're going to get a higher rate. And the small mom and pop will stay longer because they do the essential. So let's say like in my plaza, I got 2 church, I got 2 gym at one location. You know what I mean? I got like 15 car guys. Yeah,
you want them competing against each other.
Yeah, they compete with each other. No matter. But they're there. If one guy leave, another guy will take over. So
yeah.
So
if you lease out something that's not too big, you're always going to have someone trying to start another business to take their place.
Yeah, that's okay. I got a little hint for you too. My plaza, I let people, beginner business people, go in there. So that mean they just came out of their garage. So guess that mean they're on a budget. Hey, my budget's $1,500. You know what? I got a space for you, $1,500. It's called 500 square feet.
Yeah.
And they'll go, oh, perfect. I'll take that. That's all I can afford. Your budget's $3,000. Okay, you know what? I can give you 1,800 square feet.
So you just basically tell them how much do you want to pay a month, and then you give them what you have based on that.
Exactly. I always ask them, hey, what kind of business do you do? Once I ask them, once I know what they do, I know what their budget is, and I know what they can afford, and I tell them what they want to eat. It's like I'm a chef. I want to ask you, hey, oh, you like strawberry? You know what? I got a strawberry cake for you. I don't ask you what you want to eat. I got a strawberry cake for you. It's ready for you to eat.
Yeah,
and they'll eat it.
Yeah,
that's it.
So, what area of town do you like?
Well, I'm in the Northwest area, so I like to do stuff close to my house.
Makes sense.
I run out of money before I even leave my own area already. So a lot of beginners, they'll go, oh man, you know what? Dallas is doing so good. Let's go buy a property in Dallas. Well, what you dumbass? So how often you go to Dallas to go check on your property?
Never.
That's right. So you're not going to make good money then. To me, it's stick to your backyard. If you understand your area, you go there every day. You've been there for 20 years, so you know every inch of that area.
And you know the market there.
Yeah, you know the market. So you're really not taking any risk. You're doing that. If you go into somebody else's backyard, you don't know nothing about their backyard.
You don't know anything about the city, and dude, it's
everything.
Anything can come out of nowhere.
Anything, yeah. So all my plaza is real close to my house.
That's good though.
Yeah, it just came out that way,
So if you hire a management company, say you said you're like, okay, I just want to hands-free this deal, and you hire a management company, do you still make it a point to go by the buildings and just check them and make sure nothing squirrely is going on?
Oh yeah. It's just like natural pride. You just want to go check on your property. You know what I mean? You can go there, take a look, and so that way you don't have surprises. You already know what the problem is. If you're a hands-on landlord, you know the problem already. People don't have to tell you the problem. You go, damn, a tree is about to fall down. You know what? Let me call my guy to cut it. I'm not going to wait until it fall down and hit somebody's car.
Right.
You just take care of it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking, because people get this impression that you can hire a management company and just
Now,
That's it.
the management company is like a cause and effect. They're gonna wait to the effect. They're not gonna do the cause. Yeah.
They're reactive.
Yeah, they're reactive to it. They're not gonna be pro. They don't really care about you. Okay, they just collecting. They're just trying to make their money on you. You gotta if you're hands on, you're gonna be very more successful and less likely to lose money that way. I can tell anybody, and you can put anybody in front of me. I can tell I never lost a penny. Even when I make a mistake, I don't lose a penny because when there's a problem, I take care of it that day. So that when you take care of that day like that, there's no money involved. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's small money. So if you wait a week, 2 weeks, that leak on your roof is gonna become a big leak, and your tenant don't want to pay anymore. So that's now it's costing me a problem.
Yeah.
If you learn about it and you take care of it one day, it costs you like almost nothing. So it's better if you live close by.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you working on right now? I know you said last week you had a big project going on.
Yeah, I'm working on like 130,000 square feet plaza. I was rushing to finish before April comes. That means I can collect the rent in April.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of rent. So it's like almost $150,000 in rent if I can finish it fast enough.
So you have it's already all leased out.
It's like 95% lease already. I haven't. Once I finish, it's already 95% lease.
Who does your leases? Do you have a commercial agent you work with?
No, I'm the realtor. I'm the banker. I'm the architect. I'm the builder. I know every inch of that building. I save a lot of money. Okay, I'm actually a poor guy. I have small money, so I'm building a big building. So I have to make every dollar count. So I literally do everything. And then, so basically you know everything about it, and then you save a lot of money that way.
Yeah.
Let's say, plumbing. Plumbing will save you like $300,000. Electrical will save you another $500,000.
So you contract to build yourself. You do it one step at a time.
Yes.
Wow.
I contract everything. So I have no employee. I just contract everything out. I'm basically the owner and the contractor.
How do you have time for all this?
You just do it. This is my full-time job. Well, construction it's like 25% of my daily job. 75% of it is white collar, basically leasing, talking to the bank, getting the next project. Talking to the architect, talking to the everybody,
the city, the engineers,
everything. Yeah, so a lot of white collar. The blue collar is only 25% of the work. So once you get the work done, it's all white collar after that.
So if you have someone that says, "Hey, I want to come lease a 1,500 square foot space," you just say, you have an attorney that writes your leases?
No, I write my own lease. Well, I get a lease from an attorney, and it's basically fill in the blank.
Right. So, okay. So it's from an attorney, but you fill in the blank.
Yeah. So attorneys don't like that because usually they want to get paid every contract.
Yeah.
But if you have 75 space at your building, he's going to get paid a lot.
Yeah.
So if you learn to do it yourself, you save a lot of money. And then you act like if you are the landlord and the realtor, you're going to save another $300,000 in fee.
So. Yes, because with commercial, say you lease out a building for, like say you lease out a space for $2,000 a month for 5 years. That's $24,000 a year times 5, 120 grand.
Exactly.
They're going to want a big chunk of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They want 6% of that. So if I do it, hey, I save 6%.
Yeah.
And I know every inch of this building, and I can modify the rate to fit the guy in there. So let's say a guy come in with a budget of $1,500. I'll put but let's say he's a barber. He don't need a giant space. I know what he needs. He needs a space to cut hair. So I give him 500 square feet, already built out. He can go in there and turn on the AC, turn the light on, and start making money right away.
Yeah.
And I want to charge him $3 a square feet. That's high, but actually it's kind of low for him because now he don't have to worry about electricity, water, build out, architect, permits, and none of that stuff. I did it for him already. So it's like it's like a pre-made food. You know what I mean? You you can go to Walmart.
It's an MRE, meal ready to eat.
That's right. That's right. That's what I give them. That. So I can charge a little higher rate. But even if he rent a big space, it's going to cost him way more just to run the space, build the space out before he can make a dime. So I'm actually doing him a favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm making a lot of money and I'm doing people a favor. It's kind of.
I was getting my hair cut by this guy who he was at this barbershop, and then he moved to Pearland in the Pearland Town Center. And they have, and I've seen a couple of these where it's I guess you would call them salon suites.
Oh yeah.
And it's like massage people, girls that do like eyebrow waxing, barbers, hairdressers. And he probably had a little, I'm not even joking, dude. I think it was like 50 square feet. It was like a 5 or maybe like 100, like maybe a 10 by 10 room.
Yes, 10 by 10.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was small. It was literally like the size of this room, if that. And he had people in and out of there all day. And and every single space in that center was occupied.
You won't believe this. Those space rent out $6 a foot. So if you have $50,000, you're not going to build a building. Just build a little room and rent out $6 a foot. I have a whole bunch of that myself. So on my building I have 110 square feet to 3,000 square feet. So if you go in there, you're a barber and your budget is $1,000, I got you. Here's a 10 by 12. Go make your money.
Yeah.
Pay me $1,000.
Because that's all they need. Enough room for a chair and a little station.
Exactly. So you think about it. All those people they're not beginners. They have client already. They just need a commercial location so they can do their work.
Exactly.
And you're providing that, and you're charging them $6 a square feet, and they'll be gladly to pay. It's the strangest thing.
Yeah, you're going to get nothing but people that already have clientele built, because they're not sitting. A new barber is going to sit up at the shop all day and hope to get walk-ins.
Yes, there's no walk-in.
Same with realtors.
Yeah, if they have their own client, they don't need walk-in. They're already busy.
Yeah,
like a tattoo shop. You know what I mean? They make a lot of money. All they need is they just need a place where they can just tattoo you all day long.
Yeah,
and the tattoo is, it's a good gimmick right there.
Do you lease out the tattoo shops?
I lease out the space, and then they put the tattoo shop in there.
So I have a good friend who's a tattoo artist, and we were looking for him a space for a while, and we kept running into, I think it was I forget what city it was in, but basically it was like the city kept shutting us down and saying like no more tattoo shops. Like tattoo shops was like, I guess they associate it with like gang activity or something. I don't know what it was, but we had a hard time where we kept running into that, where they wouldn't allow tattoo shops. And I'm like, look, their money's just as green as anyone else's. What does it matter if they're paying the rent?
Oh, okay. I got you. This is very important. If you're inside a city limit, so the city control that area, it's like zoning. You know what? If they don't like you, they're not going to let you, they're going to do a lot of inspection, and they won't let you open what you need to do. What I do is I like to be outside the city limit. You got very little very little inspection, and no zoning. You do whatever you want. You want 10 tattoo shop? I got 10 tattoo shop in my shop, no problem. I got all type of, got church. I got everything in there. So I can have a church right next to a tattoo shop, and I don't care. They making money. They don't care. So Harris County don't care. So. But maybe City of Houston might care, but Harris County don't care.
Yeah. City of Houston, yeah, and dealing with cities is not getting any easier. I'm sure you know that.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of every type of construction, you need like 3 inspection.
At least.
Before, middle, and the end. Just to get, you want to do a roof? Before, middle, and end. Electricity is before, middle, and end. Outside the city limit, you call me when it's done.
Yeah.
You put everything in there and it's done, and then they come out.
I'm sure I've told this story on the podcast before, so forgive me if you're watching this, but we did a project. We did 2 metal buildings, 2 50 by 100 metal buildings, just kind of squeezed onto this lot. There wasn't a lot of extra parking, just buildings for like somebody to keep materials and work out of. So we do the buildings, and then we did the parking, and then the buildings, and then the city came. It was the city of Pasadena, and they came out, and so we had done drainage out into the ditch, and the culvert was concrete. So it was fine, according to them. They came back out and said, oh, well, this is a concrete culvert. We said, yeah, y'all have already seen this. And they said, no, this has to be, it's like the hard plastic. I forget the name, PVC, I guess you would call it. But we had to rip out that culvert, put a new one in. I mean, I don't even know how much that cost. I was just dealing with the sale of the property. They made us do a fire hydrant in front of the place.
Yes.
Like in case a fire happened, and so we had to pay for the fire hydrant. That was $11,000.
Yeah.
And then to cap it all off, they said you have to put landscaping around the edge of the parking lot, and they required like bushes. They said you have to have bushes. Like, dude, like what else? So we did the freaking bushes, $2,500 worth of bushes. Then they come out for the final occupancy inspection, and they're like, oh, this is nice landscaping. Why'd y'all do that? And we were like, dude, y'all said we had to do it. And they were like, and the dude was like, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, dude, so like, what's the story? Like, why does one person say one thing and another person says another thing?
Inside the city limit, it's crazy.
It's screwy.
It's crazy. One guy will tell you one thing, and the next guy will tell you the next thing.
Yeah.
You ask somebody to give you another different answer.
And my theory on why this is I think the people that are working there, and I'm not saying all of them are this way, but they've never actually been in business and know how hard it is and how tough it is to keep costs minimal. Like, dude, how can you go confidently into a project if out of nowhere they can just swing in with some $25,000 worth of bullshit? Like, that's a huge risk. So you're going to keep all the people that are smart like you, I mean, what are you telling me right now? I stay outside the city limits. So they're losing tax income. They're losing economic, momentum.
Yeah. Well, stay outside the city limit. You're going to have, life is a lot easier construction wise and rental wise too. So let's say, okay, Jersey Village, you're not allowed to put a sign in front of your place. You can't even say that grand opening. They won't even let you do that. So you're allowed to put a grand opening sign 3 times in a year. If you do any more than that, they're gonna fine you. That's the dumbest thing in the world.
For what? What's their reason?
That's their law. You're stuck with it. So why do you want to go? Why do you want to have a building there, and your tenant's gonna have a hard time making money to pay you? So I stay away from those places.
I think the problem is they've started to see permitting and all this not as let's keep everything, let's not make sure some people aren't doing wild shit. Let's make this an opportunity to make money.
Yeah, exactly. They find you. You could almost can't protest at all. You're basically protesting against the government. Good luck with that. You're just a smart guy. You just gotta compromise and do your thing. So just stay away from that.
Yeah. So when you start a project, you only have to go to the county if you're outside of the city.
Yes.
So what is that process like? So you buy the land and then go to the county and say, here's what I want to do. And
pretty much that's it.
And you have to provide like drawings and have an engineer do some stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta, well, what I do is, you kind of know the basic layout. You kind of draw the basic layout. Then you give it to your engineer. Hey, I want to build this. I want to build 3 blocks and a big parking lot right in front of it. And he'll say, okay, let me do the research and let's see if you can able to do it. Oh, you got to put a detention pond in there too. Okay. So now you're going to change a little bit, but you are the mastermind, the master planner. You tell them what to do. You don't ask the engineer, hey, what can I do? I don't know. I'm just an engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you tell them what you want, and they'll find a way to make it work for you. So you have to understand real estate. You have to understand everybody's business. You have to understand money, and then you tell them what to do, and they'll do your work.
Yeah.
But it's literally that easy. So you don't ask a realtor, don't ask your mom. So learn the shit, and then you tell them what to do, and then they do it. Because when's the last time a realtor has a building? You know what I mean? Not too many people have that. If a realtor has a building, he wouldn't be a realtor anymore. It'll be only a bunch of building.
A lot of realtors, if the smart ones, do that so they can easily segue out of being a realtor.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with being a realtor. Realtor, I'm just too lazy to be a realtor. A realtor, you can save a lot of money that way, and you can do your own thing, and you can buy your own property and make money from buying your own property or selling your own property. I'm just too lazy to do that. I have too many things to do already, so I try to. I have to hire out most things I have to do.
Yeah, and if you're not a person that has a lot of patience, I mean, the job just requires that. And if you're not like a people person, it's not for you.
Right. Well, really, you need to everybody. You need to be a good communicator. If you're a good communicator, you can be a realtor, you can be an owner, you can be anybody. Just learn to communicate well. So you can talk a little slower. Don't talk. Talk slower. Get your point across, and that way it's easy to do business when you're able to talk to people.
Yeah. So do you have a limit on? I don't want to say a limit. What would you say is like something that would be? Do you ever look at a deal and say, "Oh, this is too big. Like it's too high. Like I'm gonna have to borrow too much money to do this," or does that scare you away at all? Like whenever you see like going like this is what I have in mind when I think of like borrowing money from a bank, like a developer doing like Lagomar in Texas City. It's as far as you can see, it's scraped land with plumbing stubs. And I'm like, dude, they must have gone to the bank and borrowed $150 million.
Yeah. Well, I tell people, I seen it. This is very important. Do what you think you can finish. If you do something too big, require too much work, too much money, you're not going to be able to finish it. So I would do something that you think you can finish. So this is if you don't finish, you're going to lose. You don't finish in real estate, you make no money. You have to learn. Everything you do has to finish. So if you do something too big, get something that is doable, so you can finish the project.
That's why I feel like they do developments in phases. Yeah. So they'll be like, this is section 1, and then they'll do it and they'll finish it. And then they get all their money from that, move on to section 2. They do it, they finish it. That's how this neighborhood is.
Right.
This all the houses around the lakes here were built between 2002 and 2012, section by section by section. And then this one, this is the newest section. This was built in 2018, so it was like kind of way later.
All right.
But I guess that's the reason they do that. I never thought about that before.
It's all about money. That's all the money I got. That's how it's gonna be phase 1.
Yeah.
And then it'll be phase 2 when I have more money.
Yeah.
That's all it's about. So learn to get the right size, get the right money, and then you know how big you can go.
Yeah.
But for me, I like it big because if I want to spend 3 years at one project, I want to make $50 million. I don't want to make $1 million.
Yeah.
So I want to go big. Because I can manage big. I've done big. So, but for people, do small is good too. The next one you can do is bigger, and then the bigger.
I had a guy tell me one time, start small or take on a partner that's done it before. Mm-hmm. Do you do partners or no?
I tell people to be greedy. If you don't need partner, and then you have enough money, you do it yourself.
Yeah.
Let's say you get a partner and then he's lazy. What are you gonna do? You're going to do 100% of the work, and he's going to do nothing. He's going to get paid just like you.
Whatever the agreement says.
Yeah, or he might not. Or after you, let's see, you finish everything. Everything's good, and then he goes, "Oh, my wife, she knows it all. She said we're not going to selling. So guess what? You can't sell because now you're stuck with him. You're stuck with her. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Here's another one too. I want one guy to own 10 buildings, not 10 guys to own 1 building. You see it? So you gotta be a little greedy. You cannot fucking have 10 guys put together and hope everything works out.
Well, that's a popular thing though, kind of where you get these investment groups. Where they will have 20 guys that all put in private equity into this, like an LLC, and the LLC will buy properties.
Yes. Okay. I got you this one. They suck. They don't make any money. Okay. Let's say you put in
the head guys make money, but the back end guys.
Yeah, the other guy they don't make any money. They just they make a little You get a little piece of the pie.
It's too passive.
And nobody does any work, so they hire everybody. They hire everything for everybody. So at the end, you get a small piece of pie. Then you got to divide that out. So at the end you make nothing. If you own the whole pie, and guess what? You know what? I'm a good realtor. I want to save money. I'll be the realtor there. So guess what? You got a bigger chunk of the pie now. So at the end, you make way more money that way. And another thing too is this. I tell everybody this. If you don't have control, you have nothing. So if you're by yourself, you have 100% control. If you have 10 guys with you, you really have no control.
Everybody has to vote on everything.
Yeah, and nothing get done, and then you make no money. So always be a little greedy, and you got to have full control of your project. That's the key. If you don't have control, I don't care if you're doing a house or a building. If you have no control, you got nothing. You got nothing. You can't even go cut the grass. Hey, George, go help me cut the grass. Well, we have to vote. We want to cut the grass. So who's going to cut the grass now? See?
No.
Now the HOA is going to come and get you. So you got to have control.
Yeah. Dang, man. This is great, dude. This is exactly what I had in mind with this podcast. I'm learning a lot here. So if someone was to, say they saved up their first little nest egg of $100,000 and they want to get into commercial investing or development, what are some resources that you would suggest for like them trying to learn the process and know what to do, or do they just have to start and learn by doing it? Because I feel like that's kind of what it takes. Like at the end of the day, you can read as many books as you want, but until you get on the ground and start doing it, you won't really learn. Copy
the best.
Yeah.
If you have no experience, copy the best. Copy the guy who makes a lot of money. If he's good at opening churches and you got $50,000, go open a church. Or for me, it's I do the suite. The suite makes a lot of money, $6 square feet. So basically, you're renting a room out and you're getting Galleria price. People in the Galleria, you know what I mean? Louis Vuitton, that's what they pay.
$6?
$6 a foot. So if you're getting a little baby building with nothing in there with a sink and you're getting $6 a foot, you're basically the Galleria. So what's wrong? So $100,000, you can build yourself maybe 10 room. So each room rent out $1,000 each. So you got 10. So you're making $10,000 a month. If you take, I want you to do the same thing with $100,000 in a house. You go buy a house for $100,000. How much can you rent it out for?
$1,000.
So I'm making 10 times more money than you with the same money. See what I mean? That's the difference right there. And when you build one of those, you got brand new AC. How long is the AC going to last you? 10, 15 years? So guess what? You're going to be making $10,000 a month for the next 10, 15 years. And all they require is a sheetrock and AC and Wi-Fi.
And you charge them for all that.
And you charge, and this your Wi-Fi is going to cost you $100. Your AC, if you build brand new and everything, the electricity will cost you maybe $300. Your water's free, and your light bill is all LED and AC, so it's like $300, and you're getting $10,000 a month. So you tell me where you make $10,000 a month with $100,000 in a residential. That's called if you do something like close to that, that's called lucky.
You make your money back in less than a year.
Yes. So in business, most regular business, they make their money back in 10 years. If you make it back in 5 years, you're pretty good. If you make it back in 3 years, you're Superman. We make it back in 1 year. Who are we? We are 3 times Superman now. So okay, see, that's commercial right there. You do commercial, you can do that. Residential, if you rent out that house, if you have a broken AC, guess what? No more profit.
That's your profit for the whole year.
That's it.
So you have a house, like you said, and the thing is now you can't find a house for $100,000.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, dude, that too. Yeah.
The cheapest houses I see listed are like and this is like in Old Pasadena where there's a ton of rent houses because I was looking for a while.
Yeah,
dude, the cheapest one I saw, I think that was livable, was like $190.
Yeah, and
it is a piece of crap that needs $30,000 in work. But if you're only renting the thing out, say it's $1 a square foot, hopefully, making $1,000 a month, 12 grand a year. Like you said,
that's if nothing broken.
If you're, and then you got to pay taxes and insurance.
Yes,
so there goes half.
Yes.
And then if your AC breaks, you're down 50%.
Yeah. You're making really nothing that year.
That sucks.
You give me $190,000, I'll give you 20 rooms. You tell me how much you're going to be making.
Dude, and it's so much. If you lose one tenant, you're going to get another one, and you still have the other 19.
Exactly. So look, a realtor can go in there. A hair girl can go in there. A massage girl can go in there. Insurance guy can go in there. Everybody can go in those little room. It's not just a salon. It's everybody. So you make it convenient for them. They don't have to open a whole shop with 1,500 square feet.
It's recession.
Build out everything. So this is recession proof.
Yes,
it's a place for service. They're not selling T-shirt in there. It's too small for T-shirt, but they're selling their services. That's the key. It's America is about services now. There's no more selling T-shirt anymore. If you're selling T-shirt, you got to compete with Nike and Adidas and Walmart and Amazon
and the Amazon drop shippers that are getting shirts from China for 3 cents a piece.
Oh yeah. You can't compete like that. It's all service only. You can you want to wrap a car? Oh my God, you're gonna love this. That's the new law just came out for a dealership in Houston. In Texas, they need a commercial address. And guess what you got? You got a room. Hey man, you can rent my room. You got a commercial address.
So they just rent it and don't even use it?
They don't even use it.
What?
And they pay you $1,000 not even use it. It's easy. You know how many dealerships I got in my building? I got like 5 dealerships.
Yeah. That reminds me of like when you see a really nice car with a Montana license plate. You know the story behind that?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what is it? There's no tax in Montana or something.
Yeah.
So you open an LLC up there and you have an address up there and you register the car there, but you drive it here.
Yeah. Well,
funny.
Well, here in Texas, they have to have a commercial license. Well, they have to have a commercial address to get their commercial license to be able to sell a car. So before they were just everywhere. Now they cracked down. Before they were like everyone was making fake license plate, temporary license plate. Now you gotta have all that to make the license plate. So that just basically make you more money that way. Cause a landlord always the room is always gonna make you more money than any worker is gonna be there. The room is my employee. He works 24 hours a day. No vacation, no sick leave, no pay. It's even better than a slave.
Yeah.
And it's called sheetrock. His name is Sheetrock. Okay.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere. Yeah, and there's no law, for sheetrock. You just build it, and then he makes money for you.
He never asked for a raise.
Never ask for a raise. Never sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, bro. This is mind blowing.
Yeah.
Never thought about it.
Commercial is like heaven. Every time I do a house, it's like a hell. I have to fix everything. Let's say the house is 30 years old. You got 30-year-old problem in there.
Pipes, roof, AC, foundation issues.
Everything. So you got to fix everything before you even sell it. On a building, everything's brand new. And it's a lot cheaper. Okay. When you're building a little building, are you building a kitchen? Are you building a bedroom? Are you putting crown molding?
A master bathroom?
No, nothing.
You may put a toilet and a sink and maybe like a little break area, but nothing extra.
I build them a 6x6 restroom, a toilet and a sink, or maybe even a urinal. That's it. Yeah. No trim in there. Just trim on the door and a doorknob. That's it. That makes more money than your giant master bath. And it cost me almost nothing to build that.
Man.
So that's heaven right there. You know what I mean? In a house, if you build it and then guess what? It came out ugly. Oh, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? On a building, it's guaranteed ugly. They don't care if it's ugly.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
I was watching this documentary on Donald Trump on Netflix, and it was talking about Trump Tower, and he was selling. He built the tower. The bottom, I think, was businesses, maybe offices and stuff, and then the top of the building was residential, and it was apartments that he would sell. They weren't renting them out, I don't believe, but they go in there, and they're like, this apartment's for sale this was in 1980, 2, 3, somewhere back then, but like over $1 million for this apartment or something. And it was like the most basic, bare bones. It was not anything over the top, and people couldn't believe that he built these basic ass apartments and he was asking that much money for them. But I guess that was his kind of line of thinking, is like, why are we going to spend a bunch of money extra when they'll probably sell anyway?
Yeah. Well, that's probably about good location.
The best location.
The best location. We get decent location. To me, that's what I do. 1 mile away from Walmart. Walmart did all the homework. All the neighborhood is next to Walmart. If you're less than 1 mile away, you're going to be, I think about 75% successful already.
Yeah, and if you see a Walmart pop up in an area, that's a good indicator that that's a good area to be in, right?
Oh yeah, because all the neighborhoods right there. Walmart, they're not stupid. They're going to build something where there's a bunch of people there already.
Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Walmart, Home Depot. Home Depot's another big one.
Oh yeah. Well, when I say Walmart, all the big store,
yep.
Home Depot, Walmart, or HEB. You close to one of those, you're okay. I'm just a poor guy. We're just a bunch of poor people. We're just trying to make it. Stick next to the rich guy, the Walmart guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you seen the new big HEB down 45 here?
No, I'm not. Well,
you don't come over to this side of town that much.
No.
So HEB, dude, is that their business model is fascinating to me. They started doing things that's why Kroger, that's why Randall's is going out of business. I mean, you don't see them opening up new stores anymore because HEB has just changed the game with the way they sell their products. They realize, like, hey man, people don't want to cook. Like, we're going to cook the food and sell it in the grocery store. So you can just go buy a rotisserie chicken cooked, take it home, eat it. And that now they're getting into like mixed development, where this brand new HEB down here on 45, they have the store, and then next door it's an HEB like co-developed strip center. Oh, and it's like big spaces, and I don't know what's going to be in there yet, but I just thought that was interesting. Like, wow, they've dominated the grocery game in Texas. I mean, everyone goes to HEB,
right?
And now they're not just sticking to that; they're
in real estate.
They're getting into real estate.
Yeah, so
fascinating.
You gotta do it too. Everybody need to do commercial real estate. Don't do any more house stuff. That stuff is for a beginner. Okay, look at this. This is good. When I was a little baby chipmunk, I started doing houses, and then 20 years later, I'm gonna do houses. I mean, I didn't grow up at all. I'm still a little baby. No, so when people tell me, oh, I've been doing this for 20 years, to me, they did a bad thing because they didn't grow. So they need to grow. Get out of that. So that's what I mean. I have a lot of friends that they're smarter than I am, they're better looking than I am, but they stick to their houses.
Comfort. Yeah.
So they don't drive Ferrari. They don't have any. They don't go on vacation for 2 months. They go on vacation for 2 weeks. They drive regular cars. Cheap cars, under $100,000 cars.
They don't have cool hobbies.
They don't have anything like that. So if you do commercial, all that is so easy. It's so easy with the commercial. Okay, I'll give you an example. This is a good one. My current plaza right now, so I have 75 tenants in there. Each room, each space cost me $80,000. But that $80,000 rent out $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So you tell me, if you find a house for $80,000 and you rent out for $2,000 a month, that's called lucky. I get lucky every day. You know what I mean? I reproduce that.
Most people hope for like a 6 to an 8 cap. That's like a 35 cap.
Yeah,
cap rate.
They can't. It's for house people. They can't believe it, but this is normal for commercial. So that's why are you doing houses stuff? That's for babies when you get started. Just when I was 27 and didn't know shit. That's what I did, houses. So you think you're smarter than I am when you still doing houses? So you can't even compete with me when I was 27 years old.
How old are you now?
I'm 49 now.
Okay.
49 and a a lot of property under my belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I change. So basically, this is what I do. I like to quadruple my income every 3 or 4 years. So double is too easy. You know what I mean? I don't do doubles. I do quadruple. So you tell me anybody, you do houses. I still got a lot of wholesaler, this and that. They go, oh, I just sold a house. I just sold this. I got that. Yeah. I do that every day. I don't have to do anything. I sit on my butt. And I get the same income you get when you work your ass off.
Cold calling people, dude, I could never do it.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know what a wholesaler is, and this is what I understand it to be, you just cold call and hammer out like mailers. I know a guy that was spending $30,000 a month on mailers.
Yeah.
For wholesaling, and you get a house. You get some old widowed lady that calls and says, I need to sell my house, and what do you give me for it? And you lowball the shit out of her.
Yeah.
And get the contract. You write a 45-day option period on the contract, and then you go around to investors or realtors and say, hey, I got this contract. I'm asking, say you got the contract for 50. I'm asking 90. So you assign the contract and collect the 40,000 difference.
Yeah.
That's what wholesaling is.
But
and that's a really,
yeah.
that would be a crazy deal. That's not how
crazy. That's not an everyday deal. That's a crazy deal.
No,
Yeah.
You're hoping to. I think most wholesalers hope to make like $10,000.
Yeah, I make $200,000 a month in rent, so I don't have to sell anything. I don't have to rip anybody off to do anything.
You wouldn't sell anything. Why would you sell that?
Yeah,
cash is crap now. Basically, holding cash is crap.
Yeah. So owning a building, it's not about selling. You keep the rent and you refinance. So construction, the building is basically 25% of the work. The other 75% is you deal with the bank. Let's say if your building is making $40 million. No, if your building is making $200,000 a month, it's worth $40 million. If you go to the bank, hey, give me $2 million. You know what they say? Hell yeah, I'll give you $2 million. That's only, what is that? That's like,
that's a drop
5% of your building.
It's
like
no
nothing.
Risk. Yeah.
If they foreclose on you, they give away $2,000. They get a $40 million building. They'll give you $2 million all day long.
Yeah, and if you fully refinanced it all the way back out, it's almost like selling the property, but you get to keep it.
Yeah, no capital gain.
So the whole point is not to pay off the building.
Never pay off.
That's so contrary to what they teach you, like Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, it's consumer. They want to pay off everything. A real businessman, we're going to make debt. Debt's going to make us. That's going to make us money. So you just refinance.
And if you refi, okay, so that $40 million building, say you refi, and they're probably going to cap you out to a certain amount where they want you to keep some equity.
70%. They give you 70%.
So say they give you 70% of 40 million, which is
about $30 million.
40 million times 0.7, 28 million.
Right.
Guess what you're not paying on that?
No capital gain.
No capital gains.
How many other buildings can you build with that $28 million? You can probably build 3 more. So if you build 3 more, guess what? So what's 3 times $200,000 a month? So
$600,000 a month.
$600,000 a month. And you got and the bank gave you the loan to do that. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
And it cost you, and the first building, so that building will cost me about less than $10 million to build. For $10 million will get me $200,000 a month. And
you have the cash, so you could pay cash for it and then refi that and go do something else.
Yeah. So basically, your $10 million now you have 4 buildings making $600,000 a month. So you tell me how fast you get your $10 million back. It's fast.
Yeah. I mean, less than 10 years. Way less than 10 years.
Oh, way less. It's probably like 3 years.
So $600,000 a month.
$600,000 a month.
Oh, a month.
A month.
Yeah.
Divided by let's 10 million divided by 600,000.
So 600,000 a month. Times 12 is 7.2 million a year. So
1 year, a year and a half. A year and a half, you get your money back. See. So who wants to do houses? You know, houses. You're gonna make almost nothing with the houses. Even if you pay cash for a house, let's say you pay cash for a house for $100,000, you bring home $1,000 a month. If the AC breaks, you're done for the year. See, that's if you pay cash for a house. So most people got a loan for a house. So what do you think they make? They really make nothing. You know what I mean? They think they make something, but they really make nothing.
Dude, and I've seen investors overpay for houses.
And they rent it out.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Like, I just sold one for $180,000 and it was to an investor. He's going to be able to rent it out for $1,300 a month.
Oh shit.
How does that work?
You're renting to losers and trying to get $1,300 out of a loser. and then the tax man is going to take it away from you. So you're the dumbass. You're not the loser. You're not renting the loser. You are the loser when you're doing that.
Dang.
Yeah. If you do commercial, man, you put $100,000 on commercial, you'll be kicking ass. And guess what? When you're making let's say $10,000 a month, you talk to hey Mr. Bank, hey Amachi, hey I'm making $10,000 a month. Can I get a loan? Hell yeah, I'll give you a loan. I'll give $10,000 a month. I'll probably give you a $300,000 loan. $300,000 you can build more of that stuff. Once you start making to me, before I was saying, oh, you're making $20,000 a month, you're doing well.
I mean, that's true. Like, relatively speaking.
Yeah, for regular people, 2-car, a house, vacation, bunch of kids.
2.5 kids.
Yeah, for $20,000 a month is good. But when you go to my level, $50,000 is not even enough because now we're going Ferrari. Let's go. My daily car is going to be a Ferrari. And then my rain car is going to be another supercar. And then I have a truck for when I go to work. And then the wife's going to have her Maserati. You know what I mean? So once you own building, all that is so easy. When you own a house, none of that is easy.
What was your first car, supercar? Like when you got in it for the first time and you're like, I cannot believe this is my car.
Oh, you won't believe this. I'm flipping houses. I'm flipping 20, 30 houses a year. My top car is a BMW M6.
Okay.
$100,000 car. Mm-hmm. Once I finish my building, forget the M6. I'm going to get me a $400,000 Ferrari. Doesn't even hurt me. That wasn't even a dream. I had a motorcycle. I have a Ducati Street Fighter, right? So I just, one day I told my friend, hey, let's go to Ferrari. Let's go look at the dealership. I walk in there and they ask me, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, real estate developer. Oh, you can afford this car. Test drive it, you like it, you can have it. Ferrari is made for rich people. So you walk in there and all their clients are real estate developer. So you tell them that, they basically become a butler. Sir, what color you like? What do you want? You want a 300,000, 400,000? They cater to real estate developer. So basically, I started with 100,000 when I was doing houses. I jumped to 400,000 when I'm doing commercial building.
Yeah,
and when I was
quadruple.
And my tenant pays for the Ferrari. I don't pay for the Ferrari. Man. Yeah, and then that's just one of my cars. So it's every year I get a couple of supercars.
Like you were saying, how you walk in Ferrari and tell them you're a real estate developer. That's who they deal with, and for that reason, you don't see Lamborghini or Ferrari commercials on TV.
Yeah,
you ever notice that?
Well, it's
or Patek Philippe or Rolex. You see commercials every now and then,
right?
But
the rich people they don't need to advertise for rich people. That's what they have. It's the poor people that my dream is only a Rolex. Yeah, I want a $3,000 Rolex, so I can look rich.
Yeah.
Rich people, Rolex. I gave away my Rolex to my dad. I was like, I only buy gold shit now. So I don't like the stainless steel anymore. So I gave it all away. So, but if you do commercial, that can happen so easily. Let's say you're making $10,000 a month. You can buy 2 Ferrari with that income. Isn't that crazy?
10,000 a month, 2 Ferraris.
Yes.
So what's a car note on a Ferrari? Like 4,500 a month.
From 3,000 to 4,000, 5,000.
See, that when you put it that way, that makes it realistic.
Nothing. Yeah.
So when people see you pull up in a 458,
yeah,
they think that you're just like I mean, most of the people actually are.
This is funny.
But you could have a guy that's not actually that rich who drives a Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. This is really stupid. I own big building, right? But people think I'm poor.
But that's what you want.
Yeah.
That's what my dad has always told me that. Don't be pulling up in some crazy car, drive a basic ass. He's always driven basic vehicles. He dresses very big.
Yeah.
He don't want his tenants and people thinking that.
But see, your dad is he's doing he's doing what everybody's thinking. If you want to be big like Donald Trump, you need to use your name. You have pride in your name, and so when you go to the bank, hey, I'm Lin Dow. Oh, I know Lin Dow. Oh, yeah. You own that building over there. Sir, will you? I'll give you a free credit card. Hey, I'll give you.
You want your name on that legal description of the property.
Yes. If they're gonna sue you, they're gonna sue you anyway. You know what I mean?
That's true.
If the name of the property is Job Street or Lindau Plaza, they're gonna sue you anyway. So but you have insurance for that, and plus we do everything legal. People are not gonna sue you just because they can. Number one, let's say a tenant. Hey, I'm unhappy with the trash can. You don't pick up. You only pick up once a week. Can you pick up more? I'm gonna sue you for that. They're not gonna sue you for that. You know what I mean? It's just made up by a bunch of lawyers.
I would say 9 times out of 10, when people say they're gonna sue, they're not.
They're not gonna sue. Everybody says the same thing. I'm gonna sue you. Yeah. When you bring your free lawyer over here, and I have my $1 million lawyer. Let's see who's gonna. No lawyer is gonna do it for you for free. You're broke.
That's the thing. If you're broke, you're just gonna get squished. You're just gonna get tied up in court. Rich people will just tie you up in court.
Yeah.
Just keep appealing and keep pushing back dates, and then more fees, and and then you run out of money and it's over.
I'm gonna show you a trick. So lawyer don't work for free. Okay. And then if you hire a lawyer, and then I have a lawyer, the two lawyers talk to each other. Yeah, my client's a dumbass. I'm just doing this and then do that, trying to get paid. No, they it's like a wink. When you go to court to a traffic ticket, and you have a lawyer, and then the prosecutor over there, they kind of winking at each other.
They all know each other.
They know each other, so it's like, oh, okay, I'll get you off this. So they know that they just dare to drain your money, and the guy with the money, it's not really a drain because you work a system with him already. So it cost me like I got a stupid tenant the other day. I rent to her. She did her build out, and then she didn't have any money to open the place. So it's like, hey girl, you got to pay rent. And she don't want to pay rent. Well, guess what? I have to evict you because you're not paying rent. So she hired a lawyer to telling in her letter. It's like I'm a bully, right? So I get my lawyer. My lawyer talked to her lawyer. So when I'm like the devil. Whatever I say, they don't want to believe. They don't want to trust. So when the lawyer talks the same thing, my lawyer talked to her lawyer. Hey, okay, you evicted right now, right? So when you have money, you come back. You can rent the same property again. Okay, that's just common sense. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Right.
I'm not kicking you out because you're bad. I'm just kicking you out because you have no money. I told them already, but my lawyer told their lawyer, and now they believe in that. So it's so stupid. If you have money, you come back. I'll let you. Okay, oh, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing here? What's the point of all this?
So now it costs her money just to listen to her own lawyer. That I told my lawyer to tell her that lawyer.
She could have just taken. I mean, that's common sense, man. You signed a contract. You signed a lease.
Yeah, you're not paying. You got to go.
So she just didn't have the money to go get her occupancy permit, or what?
Yeah. Basically, she ran out of money. So, guess what? I leased it out to 3 other guys. That's 3 other people waiting. You know what she did? She put in the AC for them. She put in the wall for them. So guess what? I want 3 other people wanting the same space. So
they're loving it because it's ready.
Oh, they're loving it. Yeah, that's right. And what part of it? What part did you lose? You didn't lose anything.
You gained.
The landlord always win.
You gained a $15,000 AC unit.
Exactly. So the landlord always win. So the tenant is paying for everything. That's the cool part about doing the landlord. Landlord never pay for anything. After you build a building, you don't pay for anything anymore. Let the tenant pay for everything. They pay for the Ferrari too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They pay for the Ferrari too.
That's right. They pay for a Ferrari. You know, okay, let's look at this. So I have 75 tenants in my building, right? And 50% of them is paying $3,000 a month, and 50% is paying $2,000 a month. And the Ferrari costs me $3,200 a month. How many Ferrari can I own for 1 month?
Wait, what were the first numbers? You have how many tenants?
75 tenants.
And they're paying
from $2,200 to $3,500.
So call it 2,900 average.
Yes.
At 217,000 a month.
Yeah.
Divided by how much was a Ferrari?
$3,200 a month. How can I? How many?
You
Ferrari
could have 68 Ferraris
every month. Every month. So if I drive one Ferrari, people are like, "Oh my God, you're so wasteful." I talked to one realtor yesterday. I told her I just got another car, and he goes, "Oh man, you're so wasteful. You know why you do that?" I go, "When I buy a Ferrari, it costs less than you buy the iPhone." Okay, my total net worth is more than one. When let's say your total net worth is $100,000, and you bought an iPhone for $1,500. That's 1.5% of your total net worth. Mm-hmm. I buy a $300,000, $400,000 Ferrari. It's like 15% of 1% of 1% of my total net worth. It's nothing. It's nothing. So if I buy a Ferrari, it costs less than that when you buy an iPhone. So what's wrong with me driving a Ferrari? What's wrong with me having two Ferraris? It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
See, only when you have commercial building, you can do that. You cannot do that with a house.
So how big is your garage at your house?
I just built a 6-car garage.
Okay.
At my house, just out of spare parts of my building. I'm like, oh shit, I got enough to do a roof. The roof is big enough for a 6-car garage. Let's build a 6-car garage. So I can put a couple of Ferrari in there, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that garage, it cost me about $25,000 to build. A 6-car garage, $25,000.
And it's like AC and everything?
No AC. Well, I can put AC in there. It's not a big deal, but think of that's very cheap.
That's super cheap.
Yeah. My garage is bigger than your house. So it's like I think it's like probably 1,500 square feet. 1,500 square feet. That's somebody's house.
Yeah.
And that's
the bottom floor of my house.
Yeah. So that's just for the garage. Basically a car guy dream, having a big ass garage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, small house with big ass garage. That's me right there.
Yeah.
I don't live in a mansion. I just live in a regular house.
I'm gonna say that's the way to go, dude, because people think they want all this floor space. Like, say, if, they make it like you have, and like, oh, I'm gonna get the 10,000 square foot house. Like, bro, that's a lot to keep up.
Oh
with.
yeah,
it's more annoying than anything I would think.
Tax, you got to pay tax for that. You got to pay tax.
Yeah, you got $1 million house. That's $30,000 a year in taxes.
Yeah, that's right. I rather dump it in a Ferrari.
And that's And dude, I mean, even when you pay your house off, you still have those taxes.
Yeah, and they never go away. So, well, it's for a guy who buy a big house. Basically, they're showing off. They want to show off to the neighbor, to a friend. You're really only sleeping in one room. You're not sleeping in the other 6 room. You know what I mean? He just buying it to show off. So I don't need to show off. I'm not a party guy, so I don't have party at my house. So I don't need a big mansion. I just need to have a regular house. But I just like a lot of cars. So the car is it's more important than the house. But that's just me, because I'm a car guy. But you can be when you make a lot of money, you can if you like diamonds, you can have a lot of diamonds. My vice is my car. So, but
and watches apparently.
Yeah, and watches.
Okay.
Yeah, it's architect, engineer. We all like mechanical stuff.
Yeah.
So this is just some mechanical piece right there.
Yeah.
But my watch is. I don't buy Rolex. Rolex too cheap. I only buy stuff that
I'm too cheap.
Well, I like gold stuff. So it's okay. It's like this. Once you're able to afford a car, now you want a car that's
a guy on your level has no reason to buy.
Yeah.
Even a $10,000 like.
Yeah. That's too cheap. Well, to me, it's like this. Okay, it's like this. When you go to a party, and you got like 10 other guys with the same Rolex, are you special anymore?
He has a point.
Yeah. So, if he's wearing a $10,000 watch, you wear a $30,000 watch. You're different from him. I said,
Just a dunk on his ass.
yeah. So basically, if the women they look at you, they look at all the $10,000 Rolex, and then you see a $30,000 Rolex, you know what? They're gonna go for the $30,000 Rolex.
Yeah.
And you don't have to say anything. You know what I mean? This is the funnest part. When I go to a party, every woman, every guy will ask for my number. I'll even bet my date. Let's say if I have a hot date, right? I'll tell them, hey, I'll bet you tonight I get more phone number than you will. and I'm ugly and I'm short and I'm a nobody, right? But everybody there is gonna ask for my number, and they don't care about you. You're just a side piece, and it's always like that.
And that you tell your date this?
I'll tell my date that, yeah.
Dang.
And people always ask for my number.
Females or males?
Both. Well, the female asked for because of the relationship, but the guy will ask for because of the money. You know what I mean?
They want to get in on it.
Yeah. So now I don't have business card anymore. I just tell, hey, yeah, you have a phone. Look me up on Google. So Google is my business card now.
Dang.
So everybody's like making fancy business card. I got the fanciest business card. If you don't know what Google is, then you don't need to be looking for my name.
That's that's like such a statement. Like if you Google me, I'll come up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the first one up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So to me, you got to go to the next level every year. So because you work for a living, you want to make the same thing. You want 10% raise, or you want a 400% raise. So you gotta do all these little things to get you there.
Daily habits.
Yeah. So and then once you do this, stuff will happen easier. Life is easier for you. If you like to have steak every day, you can have steak every day. You don't have to have diamond. You can have steak every day, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's whatever your pleasure is. If you're just a simple guy. If you want time for your kids, well, guess what? You have a lot of time with your kids now.
All the time in the world.
Yeah.
As much as you want.
Yeah. You want to go Disney World every other weekend? No problem. Because you got the money to do it now. And you got the time to do it. The real estate take care of itself.
That's living outside of the matrix.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, commercial real estate is when it's like you're in heaven. See, you can tell when I'm talking, it's like I'm so happy and I'm a little hype, right?
Yeah.
It's like a little high because it's true. You know what I mean? The stuff is that good. It's not. I don't have to lie about it. It's because it's real. Other people, they have to lie about it. Oh, I do this, I do that, but this is real.
Real estate is so full of that, dude. People that they try to make it seem like they're busy, and they try to make it seem like they're doing all this, and you look at the numbers and it's like, wait.
That's right. Well, I tell people, well, you're doing so well, huh? How many Ferrari do you have? I don't see a Ferrari out here. You can't lie, right? If you're a car guy, you don't have a nice car, then you're not making money.
Yeah.
Or even a girl. You know what? A girl, they can't resist a nice purse or a nice shoe. Mm-hmm. So if they're making money, guess what? They're gonna have a $10,000 purse.
They're gonna have the shoes, the purse, and the belt.
Exactly. They can't resist that. That's a woman thing. But the guy thing gonna have a fucking super high watch and a high car.
That's so true. That's true.
Yeah. Usually I'm wearing Nike. You know what I mean? I'm wearing short and t-shirt, even tank top. But I have my $50,000 watch. If I go anywhere, then it's normal.
The cool thing is about watches, though, like this or like that one, most people wouldn't even really, like, unless you know about watches.
Yeah.
Like I knew as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, that's an AP.
Yeah.
Like I know what that is. So that's what's cool is like if you run into a guy who also is a watch guy, bam, y'all immediately have something in common.
Think of this. When you go to the bank with the AP, the bank's going to know, hey, that's AP. Oh, that's the real shit. That's the real way I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I want to give him all the attention.
We've repoed those before.
Yeah. Yeah. So all these little things add up. So if you want to get big, this is how you're going to get big. Well, it's not getting big. You're just making enough money to live. If if you want a goal of $50,000 a month, well, this is the way to get to $50,000 a month. If you want to go to make $20,000 a month, you can do that. Well, my goal is $500,000 a month. You know, before I retire. So I'm 49. I want to retire at 55. So my goal is $500,000 a month before I retire. So after that, I make $500,000 a month for the rest of my life.
$6 million a year.
Yeah, doing nothing. So you know, all my rich friend, super old guy, they own a lot of building. They all have houses in Costa Rica. Mm-hmm. So they'll spend 3 months over there and 1 month here, back and forth like that all year long. And that's all they do.
And just rake in cash.
Yeah, and the cash is there for you to just live. That's it. So once you start making money, you don't really count your money. You just, if I want to, the new Rolex came out. Rolex just came out with a titanium Yachtmaster.
I saw that.
Yeah, right. You know what? Let's go get one. Oh, you like it too? Let's go both go get it. See, it's like that. It's not like, oh my God, one day, one day. Yeah. No, it's just if we like it, we just go get it.
Dude, I mean, every time every 1st and 15th, 250 hits your account, it's like,
yeah, you don't have to do anything. Well, you know what? They even told me. I think that the price was $11,000
retail.
Yeah. Well, what's the big deal? I'll go there and go spend $11,000 to put on my credit card.
And then you could go sell it secondhand for way more, but like you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
You're going to buy it to wear it.
Yeah, just buy it to have it. You know, just because I'm a watch guy.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're a purse lady, you're going to have every brand new purse that come out. You're going to have a giant house with a giant master closet. That's right.
With a countertop in it.
That's right. So that's
with a chandelier.
Exactly. That's what you want. You can have that. If you own commercial, you can do that.
Yeah.
If you don't own commercial, you're gonna struggle for the rest of your life. Even right now, if you have 10 houses, I look at you like you're nothing. 10 houses doesn't mean anything. I know you got a lot of work to do. You got a lot of handyman stuff.
It's just not efficient. It's the least efficient thing.
Yeah. Exactly. So commercial is the only way. If you're an investor, that's the only way to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, we're an hour and a half in. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Think of this. You know, all these stock guys, they think they're badass, right? Let's say, man, I just doubled my money this year, bitch. You know what? The tax man is gonna take half of that.
Yeah.
I quadruple. The tax man makes nothing for me. You see what I mean? And I can do that every couple of years.
So explain that. How does the tax man make nothing?
Because you didn't sell it.
Well, isn't it still taxable income though?
Yeah, but there's a lot of deduction you can have. So, okay, I'm not a real contractor, right? I'm a wannabe contractor, but this wannabe contractor can buy Caterpillar. You know, Caterpillar bulldozer. Yeah. So I'll buy all those equipment, and I deduct all those equipment depreciation to build my own building. I'll go, oh, you're a contractor, right? Instead of renting the equipment, here, use my equipment.
So you have all the heavy equipment to do like site work and everything?
Yeah. So a contractor can't even afford to buy those equipment. I'm not even a contractor. I'm a landlord. I can buy those equipment. I get deduction out of it. And okay, when
you buy it under Lindau LLC or
whatever, it don't matter. Yeah. The thing is this: when the contractor build your building, they want to rent a bulldozer, right? And that'll cost you $10,000 a month to rent that bulldozer. You can buy that bulldozer. Okay, when you rent a bulldozer, and then so you rent a used bulldozer, you know, it's just a rental equipment.
Yeah.
Well, when you use it harshly, it breaks. The company will make you pay for that when it's broken. I buy a brand new bulldozer. Warranty when it breaks, and it don't break because it's brand new.
Yeah.
And my monthly payment is $1,200, and you're paying $10,000 for a used piece of shit. I own a caliper equipment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you buy a big equipment like that, if you can buy one, they'll sell you 5. So I need a backhoe, I need a bulldozer, I need a scissor lift, I need this and that. I make a phone call to Caterpillar. Next day, they'll deliver them equipment. I'll
Drop it off at the job site.
Yeah, and I'll DocuSign that baby, and that's it. And I'll deduct the whole vehicle at the end.
Plus the interest.
Yeah, and the interest rate was 4%. So it's like buying a truck, but you get deducted the whole truck, and that truck makes money for you too, and it saves you money too. So what part of it is wrong? So you don't really pay capital gain when you are or even almost rent, for taxes, because you have so much deduction out of it.
And then because you're spending it on things which also make you more money.
Yeah. So and then when you go buy a Bugatti, well, oh shit, you got like 7 Caterpillar, $900,000 of equipment right here. Okay, we'll sell you. Okay. So you're just building your own credit, and you're saving money and making money and building your own credit at the same time.
So you ever get out there and run the equipment?
Oh yeah.
It's fun, right?
This is what I do. When I get the equipment delivered, I told the delivery guy, the driver, hey, show me how to use this thing. That's how I learned. So I learned it from the delivery guy.
That sounds fun. So my dad was in dirt work and construction when I was growing up. So since I was a little kid, I was always around backhoes, bulldozers, and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not like super proficient, but I can hop on like pretty much most pieces of equipment and figure it out and do some stuff.
At least move it out of the way too. I can do that. I can't work it like a badass, but I can move it out of the way. Hey man, it's in the wrong way. I'm not gonna. Hey George, can you move that?
Yeah.
I'll be there tomorrow. No. I'll get in there. I have my own key and I'll just move it out my way. Yeah. No big deal. So you don't pay taxes when you own a lot of building. The most building is on paper, it lose money every month.
On paper,
it lose money every month. So you don't really. So and if you pull money out of with a loan, that you didn't sell it, so you don't pay capital gain. So you really don't. You really don't pay that much tax.
Yeah.
So if you're a badass stock guy, and you double your money, you must be a badass. Well, I'm badass every day. You're badass one time. I'm badass every day. You get it?
And you don't have as many external factors, dude. The stock market.
Yeah.
I always tell people, like, you could be the smartest dude with stocks, and you could find this company, and the company, you invest early, and the company's doing great. Then the CEO could get caught having an affair.
Yeah.
And then he gets fired, and then some dumbass gets hired and drives the company into the ground.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Well, real estate, it doesn't happen. It doesn't fly away. It just stays there.
Yeah.
It don't sprout wings and fly away. It's concrete. It's gonna stay there. It's gonna be there before. It's gonna be there after you die. Yeah. So it's very stable. Yes. When the economy go bad, get this. Okay, I shouldn't be telling you this stuff. When the COVID came, I didn't lose any money. I made money. You know what I mean? I made money. So all the tenant was asking was getting government loan. So when the economy is bad, you make money. And when the economy is good, you make money. You make money every day. So it doesn't matter if the economy is good or bad.
It's almost like a safety net.
It is. So it's very stable. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very stable.
Yeah.
Let's say you rent out to a church. Does the church care or the good economy or bad economy? Bad economy, more people go to church.
Yeah.
See, you still make money. So I tell people, guys, when they go out with a bunch of women, hot women, you have to pay for the women. Well, all the women pay for me, and the church pay for me too. The church pay for my Ferrari. Let's say that.
Dang, dude, savage.
It's crazy, huh? It's crazy. Yeah. But that's why it's an evolution. If you don't evolve to do that, you're hurting yourself. So most people give excuses to themselves. I didn't give you an excuse. Oh, you too damn ugly. You can't do real estate. They will say, "Oh, I'm too dumb. I cannot do commercial. Commercial is it's the same shit. If you can do one house, you can do one building.
Yeah,
you can do one room. Same thing, but."
People are just scared at first because they're just scared of what they don't know.
Yeah.
So
yeah. They have to be brave enough to do it.
And they're under the impression that it's like you have to have all this money and
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, money helps, but
it does.
Yeah, but you
But they think you have to be like a multimillionaire to get going.
No. I started with $3,000. And the thing is different. I tell people, I tell people all the time, I'm poor. I'm always poor, because all my money, all the cash, everything I get, I dump into the building. So I really, I'm cash poor, but I'm asset rich. Okay. When I'm poor, I can still buy a Ferrari. And when I'm poor, I'm a lot richer than you, So it's my poor is different from your rich. Yeah. So all my money is like
it's being
in play.
used.
It's being used to build more building.
Because that's the thing. People don't realize that. What do you think the bank's doing with the money in your savings account?
Exactly.
Lending it to you to go build a building.
Yeah, exactly. So you learn to play the game and then use it like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people they get too compliance, and they just stick with the same thing all the time. You got to change you got to be a tiger that changes the stripe every year to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't change the stripe, you're not gonna grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. We are an hour and 40 minutes in. This is my longest podcast.
Really?
I know we could probably keep going, but unfortunately, I have to wrap it up. I got an appointment here in a little while. But
yeah, real estate is so fun,
dude. It is fun.
Like
this was what I would hoped it would be and more. And I'm gonna be definitely listening to this back.
Yeah. Well, call me back and we'll talk more.
We'll
about
do
real
it again,
estate.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm down. So
yeah. Oh, I might be doing a RV resort next.
okay.
There's a lot of. I was gonna buy a building last couple weeks ago, but I didn't do it. So every time you see me, I'm gonna be doing something new.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have more Ferrari.
Oh, cool. Well, next time if it's dry outside, you got to bring the Ferrari.
Oh yeah. Ferrari don't like wet weather.
No.
I gotta drive the other supercar.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, I appreciate it.
Cool.
All right. Thanks.